All right, this segment is sponsored by Trey Harrell Law. It's another edition of Trey Helps. Attorney Trey Harrell joins us with much more. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, buddy.
How are you? Congrats on the USC game. That was a close one.
I made all those comments about cupcakes and whatnot, and then Clemson and South Carolina almost lay eggs. So, I take it back. I take it back. Bring all the schools into play.
Absolutely. Let's get down to business because this is a law that has been talked about for a long time. South Carolina's new hands-free law just went into effect. What's the biggest thing drivers need to know about this?
If your phone is in your hand and you're driving, you're breaking the law.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Like so just put the phone down. It's not something that needs to be done. So if you're trying to sneak that quick text or read it real quick or do any of that stuff, you're breaking the law.
Yeah. I was telling you yesterday, there was this lady, she was just driving forward and going into the roundabout, and she wasn't supposed to be going in at that time. I had to slam on the brakes. She had the phone. She was just doing it. Yeah. So what would be the fine for something like that?
And that's it. Well, currently right now, the way it is situated is you don't get a ticket if you get it for a certain short period of time. You get a warning. Okay. And then the fines will kick in after that. Oh. So right now we're really trying, I think the state is really, and I think they're doing it the right way. Yeah. I think it's somewhere where we're really trying to implement this and put this into place so that people don't make the mistake of texting and driving or driving with a phone in their hand.
Let's talk about GPS navigation and so forth. A lot of people use their phones for navigation. I use mine, even though in my car I can put it up on the big screen, but I like to have the stand right next to the screen, a little comparison. Yep. What about those?
That's the exact right way to do it. Yeah. You can use your phone for GPS, but again, it can't be in your hand. Right. You can use it through if you've got a car that can use it on the screen. Yeah. Or if you've got a heads-up display, you can do that. Yeah. The issue is the phone just can't be in your hand before you put the car and drive. Yeah, right?
Absolutely. Beyond tickets and fines, how does breaking this law affect things that could end up with a traffic accident?
Yeah. The biggest factor in this is if you're at fault and it's because of that, punitive damages really come into play now. Yeah. It's very clear that if your phone was in your hand and you're in an accident, punitive damage come into play. The other aspect of it is if you're not at fault for the accident and you have your phone in your hand, that could ruin some credibility when you're trying to go after it, because you're going to get attacked for saying, hey, you contributed to the accident, you did this, you did that. So it's just a good scenario to just know that having the phone in your hand in a car accident, whether you're at fault or not, could affect your recovery.
Texting, anything, having the phone in your hand, that's for sure. No matter what kind of a driver you are.
Well, I think the biggest problem is, and I've been guilty of this in the past. Sure. You're at the red light, you pull your phone up, you just do a quick scroll. Yeah. It's just a habit. We got to get out of that habit in the state of South Carolina and anywhere. But that's the big problem. Just picking up the phone and the quick scroll. Sure. People just got to be careful with that.
You ought to see over Planet Fitness. It's like every 5 seconds. They got
to get their selfie when they come out of the gym.
The average adult, my understanding, touches their phone 7,000 times a day.
Oh, I don't doubt that. Yeah. I don't doubt that at all.
I mean, it's boom, boom, boom.
Average screen time is way up, and it is what it is. The phone is so integral in everything we do. You just need to go ahead and start planning ahead now and figuring out how you're going to deal with it so that you don't have to hold it when you're driving. That's
for sure. What are some of the common mistakes drivers might make with this new law that could get them in trouble? A common mistake that drivers might make.
You mentioned it when you were driving with the lady in the thing. Just talking, thinking you're talking on speakerphone, thinking you're doing it right is not the right thing to do. This is a violation of the law if I'm driving. Don't do this, right? So it's just those very simple things of common mistakes, or that quick scroll we were talking about that people do. You just can't do that.
Let's talk about, with this new hands-free law in place, what's your biggest piece of advice for Lowcountry drivers heading into the fall? And I think we've pretty much covered all of it.
Put the phone down. If it's in your hand, you're breaking the law.
Yeah, and there's so many other ways that you can answer your phone, talk on your phone. You can either do it with a wired set, you can do it with iPods, earpods,
any of that stuff. And just know that we've seen the statistics that a distracted driving is almost as dangerous as drinking and driving. Yeah. So just put the phone down. Yeah. It can wait. Yeah. Whatever it is, it can wait.
I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen it, I'm sure you've heard it numerous times, when somebody's driving and traffic is getting a little bit backed up and they come to a stop and they look behind them and that guy is still like screaming, and all of a sudden they slam on the brakes and you're you want to get out of the way.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Yep.
How would you represent, we've got a couple of seconds left, how would you represent an individual if they have got a fine and they want to get out of that fine?
I mean, you got to be able to prove you didn't have the phone in your hand.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
If they can prove you had the phone in your hand and you can't prove that you didn't,
Yeah.
I mean, you're just going to be paying that fine.
Yeah. Because the phone can say, if they need to do enough research, the phone can say whether you were on the phone or not.
It can. It
Yeah,
can.
it
And we
can.
pull that data after an auto accident and can use that to
Yeah.
utilize it to see if that's what contributed to an auto accident.
Yeah.
I think the real thing that matters in all of this is that the distracted driving can make you almost as dangerous as a drunk driver.
Wow.
And we don't have a Trey Helps you Uber for texting and driving, right? We don't have that
Yeah.
thing for right now. So just put the phone down and just,
Yeah.
make the right decision.
And one of the worst things you could do is drink and drive and then be on your phone too at the same time.
That is probably the most dangerous combination in the state of South Carolina.
That's a bad combination.
Yeah,
Always a
don't do that.
pleasure, my friend. Yes, sir.
UFC.
UFC got a home game this weekend?
They do. Vandy, let's go. Let's
go-
not embarrass ourselves.
You going up there?
We'll be there. Whole family's going.
Where do you
So-
normally park? It just depends on what the price is?
Well, no, we park over in the Gamecock Park. We're
Okay.
right there by the stadium. We've been going to games since
Oh,
I
you
was
got,
a little
you got
fella.
a reserved section.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I sneak in with my pops, so I take advantage of that. And
Mr. Bobby, you got it. Yeah.
he's been good to me my whole life, particularly with Gamecock football tickets. So, and he's even better to his grandson. So it works out.
Fantastic. Tell
Yeah.
Mom and Dad we said hi.
I will do.
All right, thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you.
We've got more Lowcountry Live coming up right after this, so stay with us.